Gary, clearly disappointment for everybody at exiting the FA Cup last weekend, but you took positives from the match, from the performance, the spirit that the team showed.
Yeah, the lads showed great character. Going over whole ground again with the 10 men. But look, we wanted to progress in the competition. We haven't done, so we now need to move on and focus on our league campaign.
Torquay had their own FA Cup disappointment, enduring a replay at Woking on Tuesday. Might the Shotts extra rest be a factor on Saturday?
It may well be, but I'm sure they're looking for a reaction as well from the disappointment of going out of the cup. So we won't know that until about 5 o'clock on Saturday evening.
Torquay, the perception is that they're struggling. They beat Dagenham and Redbridge in their last home league game, albeit Daggers were down to 10 men for a lot of the game, but they'll still be a dangerous proposition.
Oh, they are. They've got a good group of players there. It's a big club at this level, and the manager down there wants his players to play a certain way. But he knows success at the club as well, and he wants to rebuild that and get them back to where they should be. So it's another tough encounter for us, but they're all very difficult at this level.
Torquay score over 70% of their goals in the first half, but they struggle to hold on to leads. I know it's not in your nature, but 0-0 at half time is not such a bad scoreline in those circumstances, do you think?
But every game's different. You can use stats whatever way you want to use them. It'll all depend on how both teams turn up, what type of performance they put in during the first half as well. We want to get ourselves into a position where we can go on and get something from the game. So the last game here we didn't start well enough, and that's something that we want to address this weekend. But you can use stats whatever way you want to. At the end of the day, it's about picking up 3 points, and we want to get back to winning ways. And
in that, as ever, it's as much about what Aldershot Town do as the opposition, and you will be looking for a positive start. Clearly, I suggested 0-0 to go in ahead would be even better.
Of course it would, yeah. But even the disappointment of the FA Cup exit, the players had a lot of possession of the football, even though we were down to 10 men. We tried to break the opposition down. Obviously, we want to play a certain way, and up until this point, we have done. We have caused teams problems during the early, games, and we need to maintain that. So we're not going to change our approach to the game, and we'll want to make sure that we start, very quickly on Saturday.
One positive is you welcome Jake Gallagher back from suspension.
Yeah, no, pleased about that. Look, he gives you everything every day of the week and on match days. He covers every blade of grass, and he's done very, very well for us this year, and we're pleased to have him back in.
More good news for him personally. He's back in the England C squad. He's a mainstay there. I think he's the most senior player in that squad, but also a first call up for Nick Arnold, which is great personal recognition for him.
Well, firstly for Jake, delighted for him to be back into the England squad, but for Nick Arnold, it's fantastic for him. He'll be absolutely delighted with that. He's come into the club. He's played very, very well when he's gone into the team. We've rotated that position around, but when he's gone in there, he's given a fantastic account of himself, and to get the call up to the England squad is great for him. So we're delighted for him.
And that is testament to not just his personal performances, it's to the squad, the way you've managed the squad.
Yeah, I think it's firstly it's down to his performance. Let's not take that away from Nick, because he's got to go out there and perform. And we're pleased for him, but also the players have performed well for him as well, and we've rotated around not only Nick and Strakes, but other positions as well. Even last weekend Shane needed a breather because he's been playing for the last God knows how long. So we needed a little breather. So great credit to him. He's a very good professional. He does it every day of the week, training, whether he's in or on the sidelines. Waiting for that opportunity again. Trains well. He's performed very well. So we're delighted for him.
You say Shane needed a breather last week. That was one example of a change. How's the squad looking this week? Are there any more bumps, bruises, niggles, knocks?
Yeah, you always get them through the course of the week. But yeah, look, there's still one or two out. Jim's out with the sending off. Dion is slowly improving, and we should have him back training next week. I won't give too much else away, but that's where we are at present. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We'll see you in Torquay.
Thank you. I've
Steve.
left